Diddy Kong Racing!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Diddy Kong Racing. My name is Treecks and we're at the bonus content because after yesterday's episode the adventure mode has been fully cleared. However, like I promised, we're not entirely done with this game yet before moving on to Diddy Kong Racing DS, even though it's going to be in the far future. But there's actually one more thing I'd like to cover in this game, and that is time trial mode and the challenges that are attached to that. The entire project I've been playing with tip-top so far, but this bonus content section is an ideal place to actually start playing with the other characters in this game. I'll try to play as everybody at some point, so we'll still be able to say we've seen everybody. Let's start off with Drumstick, because it's the only character we haven't seen at all yet in this game. Okay, before we go in the time trials, let me point this out. As you can see, the moment you've cleared Adventure, you will unlock Adventure 2. And that is basically the hard mode of Adventure. It's pretty much the same thing, that's why I'm not covering it here. I'll be covering this in the remake of this game, so don't worry, it's still going to come up eventually, just not here. I need to have an excuse to play Diddy Kong Racing without having that game be too much like this one, so this final true mode of Adventure I will play then. So I'll be ignoring it here, because we'll be seeing too much of the same otherwise in the span of these two games. It's too similar to the original Adventure mode to actually say that it actually belongs in this game. I need to have an excuse to play Diddy Kong Racing DS in the future, because I also own that game. And that game also needs to come up on my video game library here in YouTube. So, yeah, that's what I've decided to do. Let's go into the tracks first. I'm not too sure if you can actually cover the time trial mode challenges from this mode. Even though you can see that all of the tracks are available, even the challenge levels and trophy races you can also just access from here. Yeah, you know what? For consistency reasons, I'll cover the time trials mode from the adventure, because you can also do that. I'm not sure if you can do it from here, actually. I'm pretty sure you can, but we've been doing everything from Timbers Island, so might as well do this that way as well. Allow me to show you off how that actually works, because there's a couple of things that I need to address before we start tackling this time trial mode. First things first, we need to talk to TT here in order to put the time trial on, because it's not going to be on by standard. If you go into a level, it's going to be a regular race, and we don't want that now. We want to go in with the time trial on. Okay, another thing I can point out is you can see some of the tracks are playable with different vehicles. That's also something I pointed out at some point. Like this one. You can actually also play this track with the hover and the plane. This is actually also something I'd like to cover in Diddy Kong Racing DS, if you don't mind. First, I would like to cover all of the time trial tracks. And when it comes to time trial challenges, you actually have to play these tracks with the appointed vehicle. All of the tracks have a certain time. You saw these times the moment we got the second end credits after beating Future Funland. The moment you beat these tracks, you will actually unlock TT's Staff Ghost. And that you need to beat in order to clear off that track definitively. However, you can only do it in the appointed vehicle. In this case, Fossil Canyon, you can only do it in the car. So don't go trying beating the time trial time with the hovercraft or the plane. That won't count. It has to be in the car. And this applies to all of the tracks. If a track is played with the hovercraft in adventure mode, you also have to beat the time trial with the hovercraft, and the same applies to the plane. That's basically how this works. However, beating that time is not going to be enough in order to clear off the track. Like I said, beating that time that we saw at the end credits is just the beginning of the challenge, because it only unlocks the Staff Ghost. And only once you beat the Staff Ghost directly, you will get the clear mark of this track, you might say. It does not count if you already beat the TT time without the Staff Ghost being present in your race. That does not count. It has to be a direct race against TT's Staff Ghost. But first you need to unlock it. And this is more than enough. Okay, and that's basically how this works. 1:29, more than enough to beat the challenge time. And once you do, you will unlock the staff ghost. The game does not specifically say it, but trust me, you will. Because if you press try again, this will now happen. As you can see, there are 2 ghosts present now. One of them is me, the one I just raced. And the other one, that's the one that really matters. TT is now also on the track, and that is the staff ghost. And that we need to beat. It's going to be an even faster time than the record time was that we needed in order to unlock this track, or the staff ghost for this track. It's going to be even faster. But all of them are still pretty doable because I can't remember a single one ever giving me any troubles in this game. Unless I start screwing up, of course. Yeah, my apologies that I'm not really used to a heavyweight. I've been racing with a lightweight character for so long that suddenly switching to a heavyweight is something I need to get used to for a little bit. But luckily these tracks aren't too difficult. Dino Domain has the easiest tracks, of course. But okay, you can see what the gist is going to be when it comes to beating TT's challenges. We need to beat the time in order to unlock the staff ghost, and then beat the staff ghost in order to clear off that track. And we need to do it for all tracks in order to get our reward, because we're not doing this for nothing. And I got passed by him. Okay, that's not good. I thought I was doing okay. Come on, I can still beat him. Ooh.
Well done. Now try another track.
Okay, apparently I was faster. I'm not too sure if I deserved that. I was already to press restart because I was seeing that this wasn't going too well. It wasn't as fast as my first run, but still enough to beat TT. And it does prove my point. As you can see, it only counts if you actually directly beat the staff ghost. Just beating the time normally does not count. It has to be in a direct duel with TT. Okay, and that's going to be the basic gist for these upcoming episodes. All tracks in this game, we need to beat TT. However, we first need to unlock TT. And that is actually something I will cut out, because there's no need to see all of these tracks twice. I will just race on my own, try to beat the record time, and then cut back in the video where I'll directly duel with TT. The thing that truly matters. That's how I'll be handling this. So let's first unlock the staff ghost here in Ancient Lake. Okay, this was good enough. So let's return to the video. Welcome back, people. I just cleared Ancient Lake. So TT should be unlocked now. Yeah, and I can already see his silhouette. Let's go see how fast he is here. Went pretty well the first time through already, so I might lose to myself again. That's also something I can try to challenge myself with in order to make this interesting. Not just try to beat TT, the game's given time that we need to beat. But it might also be interesting to try to see if I can beat my own time. I'm also racing against myself here. Okay, TT seems to be faster than my old time for now. Just to be clear, in order to keep them apart, as you can see, the light grey dot on the map, that is actually the staff ghost. That is TT. And the darker grey dot, that is my ghost. You actually don't have to race against your own ghost. You can put that off if you want, but I think it's interesting to also have my own old ghost racing around, so we still have a feeling of racing here. Racing against the game, depicted by TT, and racing against myself. Interesting way to do this. But okay, I beat both of them here, so hooray, success. Let's move on to race number 3. Already making good progress here. Do make sure you put on the time trial after every single race, because I just found out when I entered Ancient Lake that you actually have to reset the time trial every single time. Okay, let's go in this one. Okay, 117 is enough. So we can go back to the video and start tackling TT himself. Let's go see if he's faster. Because I do have the times I need to beat on my screen for unlocking the TT Ghost, but I don't have the times that I need to race in order to beat TT himself, so that's more of a surprise. But I'm pretty sure 117 should be enough for that. In most cases I'm pretty sure I can already beat TT the first time through, but the first time through does not count. You have to do it twice. Okay, that was pretty good. I am losing to myself so far, but at least TT is very far behind me. That's all that matters, but... let's see if I can beat myself here. It's not going to happen this way. Which is pretty weird, because I didn't really have the feeling that I was doing so well when I raced just now, but apparently I still did. Okay, TT's definitely not a challenger. Look how far behind he is. He's just now entering the third lap. Yeah, that's also something I can address. TT's not always a challenge. There are a couple of tracks in this game where it's pretty difficult to actually beat him, especially in Future Funland, if I remember correctly. But there are a couple of tracks in this game where he's pathetically easy, where you're even wondering why the hell did Rare think that this was actually worth inputting. This is a clear example of that. But okay, I didn't beat myself. I was close, but it was not quite good enough. 117, but I did beat my best lap record. So at least that I can save. Jungle Fall. Okay. I did hit you, TT. Why are you ignoring me?
Hi, time trial.
Time trial on. Still don't like the fact that you actually have to put this on every single time. If I knew that, I would have just tried doing this in free play mode. Let's go. Okay, 101. Good enough. And now for the serious business. Let's beat TT. I'm pretty sure 1 minute and 1 second is more than enough to do that. Oh, we actually went for that booster at the beginning of the track. Apparently that is a strategy you can use. Okay, I passed him already, so... oh, this track is not made for a heavyweight. First 3 tracks I wasn't really too bothered by the fact that Drumstick is a heavyweight. But this one I'm definitely noticing. Turning is a lot heavier with heavyweights. They need a lot more room in order to make their turns. But the plus side is they are faster. They just have a lot less control. That wasn't too good. Still ahead of him. So, there we go. Even beat my own old time. 1 minute. Okay, and with that we're already done with Dino Domain. Because here we have 4 tracks done. Dino Domain has been completed. Let's move on to the next domain. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think I'll switch characters now. I think I'll do every single domain with a different character. In order to make things interesting.
Diddy Kong Racing.
So, for Snowflake Mountain, since I'm getting used to heavyweights a little bit, thanks to Drumstick, I'm feeling daring. I'm going for Crunch, the heaviest of all characters in this game, and therefore the hardest one to control. Oh, I'm already regretting that. Let's go to Snowflake Mountain. I need a plane for that, Taj. Okay, I'm already struggling with this guy. I can't even hit Taj. Okay, Taj, give me a plane. can quickly get used to the controls with a heavy weight in the plane. Because we're going to start off with Everfrost Peak, of course. Already being an airplane track. And this is going to be utter destruction. Only entering the world is already giving me troubles. Okay, I can see Everfrost Peak is the third door, so we're actually starting off with this one. Frosty Village, I'll just do them in order from left to right. Okay, this should be good enough. I'm not having a whole lot of fun here so far. Took me like 17 million tries. But here we finally are. This guy definitely is someone I need to get used to. This was a bad idea. But okay, let's try it. I did promise you guys at the end of Snowflake Mountain that I actually wanted to show off a shortcut in the village section of this track. And that is actually something I am forced to show off now, because with Crunch I've noticed I'm having a lot of trouble beating the appointed time without taking that section. Go right here, through the snowfields, and you will find out there's a couple of dash plates here, which you can use to actually cut through this part. Trust me, if you don't do that, it's going to be impossible beating this guy. I'm having a lot of trouble with that. This part is still doable, but Crunch's turns are hell. You can kind of see it here. When you start turning with him, he has so much room he needs in order to take his turns. Oh. Okay, that could have been worse. Okay, he passed me again. It's usually the second lap that gets me. He always gets ahead of me so far in the second lap. I'm unable to actually catch up with him again. This guy just feels so unnatural to race with. Which is a big waste, because of him being a Kremling, he should be way more fun to play with. Crunch should be my favorite character in this game, but the fact that he handles so poorly. Come on, come on. Yeah, finally!
Now try another track.
Yeah, one thing you can actually take in account here. In the final lap, the TT Ghost actually misses both of the dash plates in the end, so if you're behind a little bit, don't give up yet, you can still beat him there. But in my previous tries I was behind so far that even that didn't help me. But okay, here we finally go. 16 tries in order to get the Staff Ghost, and 16 more tries to beat the Staff Ghost. It is possible with Crunch. And even was finally able to show off the shortcut. But okay, let's move right one door after bumping into TT again. Which is apparently not enough. Come on. I hate you, TT.
Time trial. Hi there. See you there.
Let's move on to the second track. Snowball Valley. Okay, this one is a lot easier. First try. The time is also a lot less strict here, so... Okay, let's beat TT, because I'm pretty sure that's also not going to be a problem. This first attempt felt good. Let's emphasize that by showing that it's also good enough to beat TT first try. After Hell on Earth that Frosty Village was, this one is a lot easier. Okay, already ahead, but a lot. TT's far behind me. Kinda expected it would be this easy. Okay, he actually takes the other pathway, as you can see here. But I still feel this one is faster, so... It's probably the reason why his time is so slow. And I'm also slow because I'm missing dash plates. In this case I don't need it, hopefully. Okay, we're good. No way I'm going to give this away. Yeah, there we go. Even beat my own time. And I already felt like that was a good time. But I can do even better apparently. Okay, this one felt a lot better than Frosty Village. Getting back into the swing of things. I also have a morale to think of course. If I'm not feeling too well, then I'm also probably not going to be faster. I need to have the feeling that I'm doing well. Let's move on to Everfrost Peak. Okay, this should be good enough. Okay, let's try beating the Staff Ghost with this. Even though I do feel like I'm not doing this track optimally. And this is a track where I feel I don't actually have to. Because the time here is not per se strict, so making a couple of mistakes in this track is not that bad. This is a track where you can get away with a couple of mistakes. Just like with Hot Top Volcano, I'm pretty sure the Staff Ghost here is not that strict. Even though the computer players in the trophy races are really fast in the planes, the Staff Ghost definitely is not. Although the difference does seem to be smaller. Because in Hot Top Volcano I was ahead by really far at some point. In this one he's sticking by me a little bit better. Still, he's not really giving me a whole lot of trouble. And most of all giving myself a lot of trouble. Oh, come on! And that is definitely something you don't want to do. Okay, I'm still ahead of him, so no reason to give up yet. Okay, the R button is definitely a very good move to use with these heavyweights I've noticed in the plane. Because just like with the car, their turning around is really stiff. However, in the plane you can actually remedy that by holding the R button, of course, making your turn sharper. And that is definitely a very welcome answer to the stiff cornering of these heavyweights.
Well done. Now try another track.
Definitely making the flying around with the plane a lot easier. Okay, just like in Hot Top Volcano, the plane track here in Snowflake Mountain also was not that big of a challenge. As if the game knows the trophy challenges are so hard here that they decided not to make the Staff Ghost so hard here. Okay, and with that we only have one more to do. I'm pretty sure this is the most difficult one, so not looking forward to this one. Already have a lot of trouble with this track normally. But okay, we're doing that next time. Because of all the cutting, I'm not too sure where we are time-wise, but I can estimate that we're around 20 minutes now, so let's go finish off the episode here. This has been the first bonus content, beating the Staff Ghosts here in Diddy Kong Racing. Next time we will finish off Snowflake Mountain and hopefully see a lot of other tracks as well. But anyway, thanks for watching and Treecks out.